Recording? There you go.
Yes. Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media. All of our channels and networks like YouTube and Spotify. I'm Mike Morales here in sweltering Southern California. We actually have a heat alert outside. That guy out there is
Matt Metris in what's the opposite of sweltering?
freezing.
In Rochester, New York. We have the opposite of a heat.
Yeah, the opposite.
Don't go outside if you don't want to freeze your eyelids off.
When I was living in Albuquerque, when I was on air on radio, I'd say stuff like it's a balmy 32 degrees outside, you know. So
I'll take a balmy 32, man.
Yeah, me too, right? Okay. Today, Matt and I have the distinct pleasure of dissecting a brand new mezcal, probably brand new to us. I know it's been on the market for quite a while, Madre Mezcal. And you know, I kind of like this branding.
Yeah, it's nice and clean.
Yeah, and it's got, you know, they're kind of trying to give it an old but modern look to it, you know.
Some nice etching on the bottle here.
Yeah, it's not even
yeah, it's like raised relief.
Yeah, it's like raised lettering.
Yeah,
that's got to be part of the mold, I'm sure.
Yeah,
yeah, it's really kind of a cool branding. In this bottle is really substantial. It's only a 750. It looks like it handles like a liter.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, and I believe the glass is recycled glass, if I'm not mistaken. So
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and it says Oaxaca, Mexico on the bottom. So this is their Espadin version. As usual, we're just going to pour the thing, taste it, and then we'll give you all the ins and outs. So we just broke the seal on that. You see bubbles, don't you? Because I know I do. Yep, there we go. Wow. Look at the effervescence, folks. Enjoy the effervescence.
Like a Perrier.
Yeah, like it's the Perrier of mezcal. And it better not be, because it better be mezcal.
Naturally carbonated.
Oh man.
Oh, Mike and I haven't seen each other in a couple of weeks. I got a lot of pent up weirdness to get out.
Well, yeah, and our humor really ranges into the weird. So so hey, folks, just give us a break, because as you can see, Matt has all kinds of his vlogger lighting. I have a halogen that creates heat, so I have like a fan going above me.
It's good for your sound too, have that fan going.
Well, you can't hear it, but if you could hear it, if it starts to tip and like if some fans are out of balance, then I'd have a problem. Beautiful legs and tears. And from your end, it looks really shiny.
It does. I have a couple different lights on it. So
how many screens are you working with today, Matt?
What's that?
How many screens are you working with today?
I got the 5 screens, Mike. I'm looking at the one. The rest are in the area, in the vicinity.
Jeez. You really
see it when I have 5 different Excel spreadsheets up at once. That's when it comes in handy.
Yeah, I would imagine. How many printers do you have?
Just one. I'm trying to go all digital. I'm trying to get done with paper. If you don't know, I do taxes as my day job, and I'm charging extra to handle paper this year. I want everybody to upload their documents.
Oh, good.
I don't want bundles, shoe boxes full of receipts and that sort of thing. So
makes sense. I think it's good for the environment, a smaller footprint, and all
for my mental health, so I don't have to like keep track of everybody's paperwork.
Yeah, geez, we don't talk about the stress of tax accounting. Tax accountants go under.
That's what we have tequila for, though. I do, I teach a lot of classes, and I always start with, I also do tequila. And when you think about the taxes, that's why I do the tequila.
Well, today you have mezcal, so beautiful legs and tears on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's nice. Yeah. I caught a little bit of it as I was just swirling it around.
Yeah. I didn't even smell the cork. This time it's a synthetic cork with a very short stem. Wow, this is it's not bright, it's dense. It's really plant-like.
Yeah. There's something else in there that I'm trying to place that.
Well, it smells like clay. It smelled
Mhm.
like wet cement. I mean, this is I'm going to say this is an artisanal, because that would be the category. Yep, it's
Yeah.
artisanal.
Yep.
So that means it is using a Taona, and they are fermenting with fibers.
Mhm.
But in this case, it's not as bright as some of the other Espadines that you and I have shared.
Mhm.
This was really substantial, and it's opening up. Now I'm getting more citrus up toward
Yeah, I get almost like a dried citrus. It's not really, again, with the citrus, it's not an in-your-face punch of, but it's in there.
and not getting any real alcohol. It's just all
No, not at all.
and citrus, and maybe at the bottom of just a hint of smoke, not a lot.
Yeah, I don't get any at all.
But you know, on that, that's just look, like you said, on that first whiff, just that first close to, I thought I could smell wet cement, like Taona, like, you know,
Mhm.
like a watered down hot garage, you know, or rain on a pavement.
Watered down hot garage. That's a
Yeah,
good
you know,
image.
rain, evaporating water smells differently, even on cement.
Oh, sure.
I grew up in Southern California, not a whole, you know, I love the desert, but that's not where I lived. And so on a hot day, if you were cleaning out your garage, you'd water it down. And then when the water evaporates, it smells different on garage cement than it does in the Southwest when it rains. You can smell rain before it hits the ground. And it may be raining like, if you're familiar with the Southwest, it rains in cells. So part of the neighborhood might be getting rain and you're not, but you can smell it and you know it's coming your way.
Yep.
That's because it's on a hot pavement. That smells different than so. This was more like a wet cement kind of smell for me instead of wet pavement, which I get in Sotol.
Mhm.
And you know that you and I have done a couple of Sotols, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we got another one in the queue, I think, too.
Okay. Yeah, we do actually.
I'm ready to dive in. You ready to dive in?
Yeah, let's go. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's got a pretty typical Espadine profile. You get a lot of plant, some spiciness, some black pepper dancing on the tongue, if you will. And pick up in the finish, I'm picking up a little bit of that citrus that we talked about.
Yeah, it's not very prominent, but it's there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not on the nose either, which is, like I said, remarkable because we get a lot of bright smelling, you know, mezcals that you can smell that citrus right on top. Wow.
Not a ton of complexity for me, but it's definitely straightforward and what it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah, I like the fibrousness. I like the denseness of the nose, and the flavor profile are very similar. I get just a slight bitterness on the rear of the tongue. Nothing bad. It's just that's how it reacts. Are we getting any real finish? I'm surprised. I'm not
Very
getting
short.
Yeah, it's a medium to short finish, which is unusual because let me read you what some of the. This is well, it's 80 proof.
Okay.
So that explains a lot. Okay, so that's why we're not getting the longer finish that we're used to. But the profile, the flavor, I've had similar in higher proof mezcals. You and I both have had. Yeah, this is not the bright citrusy kind of Espadine. This is the denser, which is fine. It's okay. It's just sometimes we get brands with both, you know.
Yeah. Very, very, very plant forward for me.
Yeah. Do you like that? Do you like that kind of stuff?
I do. I love plant. I that's why I actually gravitate towards Sotols more than anything else, I think, because it's just so in your face plant, you know.
Yeah, and I've said this. I think I've said this online with some of the other TJs as well. With Jason, as a matter of fact, I said, you know, Sotol itself, when we talk about terroir, you know, because it's only one plant, as opposed to mezcal, where you have several different plants and several different microclimates and several different mezcaleros. With Sotol, it's one plant, maybe a different strain like a Cedrosum, I believe, is one of them, and Leophyllum is another one. Leophyllum, I hope I'm pronouncing those, but mostly Daslerian Wheelery. And even the Daslerian, from one area to another, from Durango to Chihuahua to even Texas, you know, it really, that plant to me really denotes what terroir is all about, because it tastes different from different regions.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, that's probably why we enjoy the plant. Otherwise, why are we paying the price that we're paying?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
The stuff, right? This is good, and it's coating my palate, but it's all fiber. It's all the denseness, thick. It's beefy. I like how it's got a decent mouthfeel if I'm still getting it residual on my tongue. Anything else we want to say about this? Because I'm hoping now. I use a Stasso Jarrito for mezcal. I usually, even if it's an 80 proof, I'll use that one just to, depending on whatever else I can pull out from it. Yeah, there's very minor citrus at the very bottom. Other than that, it's now this is if because of the flavor profile being kind of two-dimensional, okay, because that's all we're getting really is a little bit of citrus, mostly the wet cement and the plant. This would be ideal for a cocktail, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a great base for any sort of mezcal based cocktail, which, you know, you can sub in mezcal for anything, but because it's almost, you know, I don't want to say neutral because you want to think like a vodka or something like that, but for a mezcal, it's not loud. We'll put it that way. It's a supporting character, so you can really build around it with the other things that are going in your cocktail. I would think maybe the citrus is not super prominent, but I might play with that. Maybe some, you know, pineapple would be a good mix. You know, just brainstorming off the top of my head here after a long day. But
how about food pairing? Would this be a kind of a you know, I think I said this with Jason. I said a charcuterie, you know, a platter of, I don't know. I don't even know if I would use this for fruit so much as like dried meats and cheeses and things. Maybe something like that, or even nuts. You know, I would go with I don't know, would I go with a salami? You know, versus. Well,
you could go the Bloody Maria route and then put the salami right in the drink.
There you go. Yeah, you know, this would be a really good Bloody Maria. I think you're right. Wow.
So I don't think we have too much about their production, but I do have pricing if you want to hear the pricing.
Yeah, let's hear the pricing. What's this gonna set me back?
$39.99.
Such a deal.
Yep, and they sell right on their own website, $10 shipping, which is also not bad. When spirit shipping can get really pricey sometimes, and it can be cost prohibitive for some lower cost items. But
even depending on the state you live in, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially if you live in New York, you can't get anything.
Well, and I know that this is available in Southern California. It is widely known. It's widely distributed. I've seen it for months. You know, maybe I've been following them for a couple of years before I tried to get it. And I know that they have a 375 that looks like a flask or something. I've seen. You can follow them on Instagram. That's actually where I found them. Hey, Brand of Promise nominee, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think it's a great gateway. I think it's versatile. I think you're right. This is certainly a mezcal you can work with. Are you trying to see if the stamp will take you anywhere?
I always try.
Yeah, you know, Matt and I love that stamp, but the CRM is in such disarray that their version is kind of their version of the gnome list. And in the recent past, you could snap that QR code, and it would tell you the hand of the maker, where typically the GPS location. There were photos. It had, sometimes you'd be surprised how much really good information was available, but no go on that one, huh?
Now all these lights, I can't even get the barcode to scan.
Well, see, there you go.
It's holographic, and the lights are all bouncing off it. I'll have to try it later.
Yeah, well, we've been trying in the past to see if they've recovered it, and nothing.
It used to be nice. It used to be just an amazing database.
Yeah, some really great data, especially if you're a newcomer to Mezcal. You could go to your local store and just snap that and find out more, and then go, oh, okay, well, that's why it's worth whatever it's worth, and then make your buying decision then. But I'm going to go brand of promise. I like this. I think it's a great gateway Mezcal. It's, like I say, one-sided. The two-dimensional, and that's okay. That's what that's what it's being distilled to do. Okay. So there we go. That's our take, but stick with us because we have the other expression, which is a medley or ensemble, and it's right behind Matt there in the red label. It's red label Madre, not to be confused with this red label, anything else. But that's our take on Sipping Off the Cuff. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That guy out there is
Matt Metris in Rochester, New York.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and platforms and networks. Please subscribe wherever you're downloading your podcast, like Spotify, or if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe, give us a like, and it helps with the algorithm. Hit the notification bell because we stream the previous month's videos on the first of the next month, so you can binge watch us binge drinking. So that's cool.
Tequila and chill.
Tequila and chill, yeah. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.